Hey gamers, I'm Najee Poles, and today I am here to discuss what I think are the 5 most anticipated games of 2014. It's the beginning of a new console generation, and there are some new franchises on the horizon as well as some old friends getting some new installments. If you're one of those people who decided to wait on buying a next-gen console because you didn't like the titles that released at launch, these upcoming blockbusters might be the reason you pull the trigger on some brand new hardware. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Set after the events in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid 5 brings back Snake, aka Big Boss, as the story's protagonist. No longer voiced by longtime voice actor David Hayter, actor Kiefer Sutherland was chosen to be the new voice of Big Boss to give a more, quote, subdued performance expressed through subtle facial movements and tone of voice rather than word, according to Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima. To go along with a new voice for the game's main character, Metal Gear for the first time will be experienced in a vast open-world setting, giving players the liberty to attack mission objectives the way they want, without sacrificing the game's classic espionage action. Although the main game will be Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, there will be a prologue game called Metal Gear Solid: Ground Zeroes. This will serve as a prologue to the main game, featuring one story mission with other side missions as well to get players used to the game. Ground Zeroes is set to release March 18, 2014, while The Phantom Pain still doesn't have a concrete release date. Titanfall. And what might be the biggest reason why some gamers choose to wait on pulling the trigger on the Xbox One, Titanfall is universally being regarded as the first real next-gen game. Titanfall doesn't mirror the typical first-person shooter. Players are able to call upon mech-style machines called Titans and use them in combat. When not inside a Titan, gameplay is very fast-paced with players having the ability to run on walls, jumping from building to building while combating other players and Titans. The game does not feature a traditional campaign mode like Call of Duty or Battlefield, as the multiplayer will include storyline, non-playable characters, and objectives that are similar to a single-player experience. After winning over 60 awards at E3 last year when it was revealed, it has already been touted the Call of Duty killer by some in the gaming community. If you've been following the news about Watch Dogs since it was revealed in 2012, you're probably wondering where it is and why it didn't release in November like it was scheduled to. Well, unfortunately, Ubisoft decided to delay the title until spring 2014 to, quote, polish and fine-tune each detail of the game, according to Ubiblog. Nonetheless, Watch Dogs still remains one of the most anticipated games of 2014. The game puts the player in control of Aiden Pierce, an open-world fictional version of Chicago. Pierce can hack into electronic devices around the city to help him complete objectives, gaining information about his targets and evading enemies such as police or henchmen. Hopefully the wait for this game isn't too much longer. Destiny. A lot of people are growing anxious for the brand new upcoming title from Bungie, Destiny. The game is inspired by the popular Xbox franchise Halo, since Bungie used to develop the title before splitting up with Microsoft after the release of Halo Reach. When the Destiny gameplay trailer was revealed, you can tell that it was Halo inspired to some degree, which is the reason why people are so excited. Destiny is set to release September 9th later on this year. The Elder Scrolls Online. Last but not least is Elder Scrolls Online. After the mega popular title, Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls Online is returning with its first ever online game. No question that this is something that Elder Scrolls fans have been dying to get their hands on for a long time. The game will be the largest in its series in terms of map size and is set 1,000 years before Skyrim. The beta is already out and the game is set to release in April. The game will have a $14.99 a month fee to play, but I doubt that will make a difference if the game is anything like its predecessor. And those are my top 5 anticipated games of 2014. What were yours? Let us know in the comments section. But until then, I'm Najee Poles, and this was Press Start.